Getting a vaccination slot is turning out to be much tougher than I initially thought it would be. Most people are getting their vaccination shots from their companies, or they're using a lot of technology to go about doing it. I've heard of people using Python scripts. I also heard of Chrome extensions being used. A lot of these things, these are all unfair advantages. But the situation now is like, unless you try, you're not going to get it. So I thought, let's try out some of those things out there which might help me get a slot. I tried a couple of them. I've not gotten a slot yet, but I thought I'll share what are the kind of things people are doing so that they can get a slot faster. So let's jump right in. Now, before you can go and book an vaccination slot for yourself, you have to ensure that you register yourself on the CoWin website. You'll have to also add beneficiary details onto the website. So now, once you've done that, you'll have to log in to the CoWin website. It requires you to use your mobile number. You'll get an OTP. Fill that in, and you should be able to log in. So now, once you've done that, you get a screen wherein you can choose for whom you want to book a vaccination slot. In my case, I'll do it for myself. Now, this is a screen which you reach. So now the first method that I'm going to use is the Chrome extension method. What you need to do is go and install this extension. It's called the CoWin bot, a pretty nifty Chrome extension that has been developed to ensure that the process of choosing your vaccination options becomes faster. So once you've installed this bot or the CoWin bot, you can go here and this extension will show up at the top. You can click here and it will show you the extensions that you have. When you pin it, and it will show up over here. So once you've reached this screen, what you need to do is then click on this and input all the options that you require. So first is the age. Is it 18 plus or 45 plus? In my case, it is 18 plus. And then the second option is, how do you want to search for the vaccination center, by districts or by pin codes. Pin codes will give you more centers nearer your place, more specific. If you choose districts, what will happen is you'll be so for example Karnataka, and in your districts it will search for all the districts, and it is possible that you might end up getting a vaccination center which might be far away from your place. So I prefer pin codes, but pin codes will give you much lesser options. Fill in your pin code, choose your vaccination preference, if any. If there is no specific preference, you can just choose any. Same for price, free, paid, or any price is fine. Minimum slots, can leave it at 1, is basically the minimum number of slots that it will look for. If the center has less than those many slots, it won't consider it. You can have a preference of your slot timing as well. And then you have your number of runs. Number of runs is basically the number of times this entire process will run till you get a slot. If you find a slot, it will stop. If not, it will continue till these many times is finished. So the skip days is basically tells the bot how many days you want to skip. If you put it as 1, that will mean that it will skip today and it will start looking for it from tomorrow onwards, and so on and so forth. Generally, I'll just put it as 0 and go for it. Look until, keep it as this week because slots are generally open up for the week. So now once I click on submit, what it will do is it will put the pin, it will put the age, and if any options will be set, and it will keep searching. So now you can say for this particular pin, for this age group, there's only one center that is available, and all of it has been fully booked, so there are no available slots, and this will keep doing for the number of times you have mentioned. So the idea now is, you would have ideally have to go and choose all these options and then press on search. So that is taken care of and it happens automatically. So as and when the slots come up, it will do the search automatically and it will be much faster. So now, unless you know when those slots are gonna come up, it really does not help because you cannot keep running this throughout the day. Why can't you run it? Because the tokens or this OTP validation that has happened is generally valid for only 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, it will give you an error and it will log you out, and then you'll have to validate your OTP again. So then what else do you need to know? So now you'll also need to know when the slots are going to open. So what you need to understand is that these slots are opened up on a specific time. So Apollo Bannerghatta, if you can see, opens up these slots at around the 2:30 to 3 p.m. kind of time. Generally, that is when it happens every day. So it might not happen exactly the same day, and sometimes it might not even open any slots at all in a day. But generally, there would be a specific time slot or a time duration during which these slots open. If you know that, then you can come and do this during that time period, and you have a better chance of getting a slot. Otherwise, there is another option which is this. There is this website called under45.in. There's a similar, this is for vaccination under 45 years of age. For above 45, there is a similar above 45.in. What you do is you choose your state, you choose your district. What it will do is it will tell you the name of a Telegram group which you can join. What happens in this Telegram group is as soon as slots are announced or slots are opened, it shows up as a notification on the group. And then you can come back to this CoWin application and try running this bot. So the idea is as soon as you see this notification, you can come here and find out. So in this Telegram group, again, you can see when is it that your particular vaccination center is opening up slots on a daily basis, and therefore you can come and find it out. There is another one which is a Python based thing. So what happens there is you install Python. I'll show you those steps separately. You install Python, you copy some files, and then you run that script. So I've created a bat file which does that. So this is that script running. What is does it? It runs it. It asks you for your mobile number. So this is all based on the APIs that the government has made available. So it's not illegal per se, but of course it gives you an unfair advantage. But I ran this. So this is what happens. You enter your mobile number. You get your OTP 73426. So this OTP you'll have to enter. That's a manual step. After that, it will. So I already run it once. So it is asking me if you want to continue with the same thing. What I'm going to do is no, I'll show you how it goes. Again, it shows me the beneficiaries I have registered under my name. That's me and my wife. I'll say I want to do it for me for now. So it will show this beneficiary. That's me, for whom I'll be doing this. Then I choose which vaccine do I want to try for. I'll say I don't have any preference as such, 0. So now again the same question, do you want to search by pin code or by district? Choose pin code, so I'll choose 1. Okay, and then I mention the pin code, right? Now again the same thing, do you want to filter out the centers with availability less than 1? So if it is less than 1 slot, I'll skip that. How often do you want to refresh the calendar? Let's say every 5 seconds. Search for the next 7 days starting from when? Do you want to start today, start tomorrow, or so on and so forth, or mention a date? So I'll say starting today. Do you have a fee type preference? So you can either say free, paid, or I say no preference. So now this is the auto booking option. So if it finds a slot, what do you want it to do? Do you want it to go and book it for you, or do you want to make a selection at your end? I'll say yes please. So that will say that as soon as a slot becomes available, it will try to book it. You can also save it for your next time. I'll say yes, and now it has saved the all these options that you selected in e vaccine folder, and then it starts searching. So it will keep searching. So as you can see, there are, what it's saying is centers available is 5, right? There are 5 centers available. You can check that over here. So if I go here, it will see these 5, right? So those are the 5 it is showing, and then it will keep checking till it finds one. I did have some amount of success. So what happened is, why I was checking, I had started at 2:30, and coincidentally the slots opened at 2:45. The this script also identified that that slot has come up, but even though it was a script running, it still, by the time it actually tried booking, the slots were already full. So I don't know if this is going to be very successful, which is why I think this extension thing makes more sense. So if you have been struggling with getting a vaccine slot, do give these things a try. It might really come handy.